here, coming from the big island of Hawaii. How's everyone doing today? I wanted to take up on this really cool subject and just share with you some really amazing value and insight about how to really be a diva and trailblazer and really be amazing with what you do. So my topic today is I'm going to talk about the 3 steps on how to be a diva trailblazer, but without losing yourself in the process. I think like when we normally get really into our, into whatever we're good at, we tend to like get so crazy and we're like in this hustle mode and we're like just doing crazy shit like all the time, like we're just really excited about what we do. But normally we kind of like get really crazy. And you have like a fire under your butt and you're just like really making amazing stuff. But we can sometimes forget about being human, because we're about being superhuman. I think like when we become a trailblazer, we're really actually trying to be superhuman or like this is supermodel or something like that. And we can tend to get into that kind of archetype. So I really want to help you to just like calm down and settle down and really realize like, okay, what do you stand for? What are you all about? Because it's so important to remember those very key things as to why you do what you do, right? So let me just introduce myself. I'm a psychic business mentor. I basically help my 6 to 7 figure clients who really want to up level with ease, and I do that by reading their blueprints in their Akashic records, and I can tell exactly how to get more fame and fortune and impact millions by doing soul alignment and business alignment and aligning to their unique soul design and doing it with ease and flow, because I can clear all of that in the background using the Akashic records. So for today's topic, again, I want to share with you some insight about this just because I am so like a diva. I just love life, and I also love to live. I also like to live simply, but I also love beautiful things because I think like we should have it all. We should be able to, be of service, to have fame and fortune. Like we should really be able to have it all. That's really my concept as to why I do what I do. So if you're just listening in, say hello. I would love to connect with you guys, and I'm doing this just for you. So anyway, here's the 3 steps, okay, on how to be a diva trailblazer, but without losing yourself in the process. And what I mean about losing yourself, I mean about like losing that real soul connection, that soul aligned connection. Because normally when we start doing our work, we think, yeah, we're doing our purposeful work, but that doesn't mean that we are on an actual aligned, soul aligned path. And this is what my clients have trouble with, is they're just this amazing divas and trailblazing with whatever they're like really passionate about, but they tend to forget like, how to really reconnect with the soul while they're doing that. Hi, Mariana. Yeah, if you just jumped on and say hello. And if you have any questions along the way, like totally ask me, okay? Okay, so here's the first step. You really need to know your soul-aligned identity, okay? Simply, you need to know what the heck is your soul. What is your soul all about? And normally when we are going and we're doing all of our stuff, we feel really good. Like we feel really good and on par, and we're doing our purposeful work. And so we can just sort of get so caught up in the doingness, right? In the hustling. But we can't forget our core values, like what we stand for, the core energies of what we are as a soul. And we have to remember that is actually the fire that lights us up. That is what makes us good at what we do, is our soul has a specific type of energy. And this energy is what is resonating with all your tribe and your clients, because that is the unique energy that they're coming to you for. They want that. If you're like a power soul, they want to be empowered. They want to be inspired. They want to be, creating more change and transformations, and they want to have freedom. Like usually when you're a power soul, you're about freedom, right? Like my soul is all about love. I'm all about divine love and connection and healing and sacred space. So everything about my core values, I make sure that I'm aligned to that energy first, okay? Because that is the main reason why you do what you do. It is the fire that is in your heart that gets you like going. And sometimes when we're just in the hustle, we forget about that fire, that core essence and that core value. So that's how you can really get into that Diva Trailblazer mode, but also not lose yourself, is you really want to do that because without that, you can lose your soul. You can, again, be in the hustle and going in the wrong direction. This is normally what happens when my clients come to me. They feel really good. They're making money, but then they feel this something missing, and their clients are having amazing transformations, but there's something missing inside and didn't know what it is. And I can tell you it's probably because you're not in a soul aligned path. Because you really need to be doing what lights you up, what totally your gift is, and what you are empowered to share, your work. And usually it's going in the wrong direction. So then when they come to me, I have to like remind them, okay, what was your core values? What were you doing that was really keeping you on par and really, getting you to be on fire? And usually it's like that one thing. Like for me, like maybe if I do that, then I can lose my loving connection, that love inside of me, and then sharing that love and that connection to other people. Like I might have forgotten what that was like to feel like. And that is what connects you deeply, deeply, deeply in your purpose and feeling it every day in your soul. So that's the first step. The second step is you want to act from a place of giving true authentic value. Well, normally when we get in this really like crazy hustle mode, we can just be all about getting lost in like how to do this, step by step this, in a very linear way. Oh, how you can do this strategy and this marketing. We get so stuck in that lingo, and that we end up not being able to fully show up as ourselves. And especially when we are feeling very vulnerable, it's very important to share that vulnerability with your tribe, with your clients. Jump on live streams like this. If you feel like something is not working out, be really vulnerable with them, because that vulnerability makes you a real person. We don't want to see like totally dolled up people. We want to see people who are really like real life superhuman beings, but they're actually real, right? We want to see a hero. We want to like align and really that deep connection. And if you have lost yourself during that process, what it feels like is just like you're just like you're talking about all this really cool stuff of what your expertise is, but deep inside you feel like, oh my God, like there's something missing. I can tell you that missing piece, again, is you're missing that authentic value. You have to come from the place of authentic value. Like everything you're sharing is just you authentically sharing it from your soul's voice, not from what your expertise is, but from your soul's voice. And that has a lot to do with your story. That has a lot to do with, your defining moments, what really resonates to your tribe. And when you share that to your tribe and your clients, they're really touched by the way that you are as a person, as a soul. And that is what it's about. It's about living that experience, right? Letting your experience become your purpose, not your purpose driving you to create that life experience that you actually plan on creating. It's the other way around. We want to live our life as we are, authentically ourselves, and in that value and giving value from that authentic voice. And then that naturally gets you to go into the aligned action of really sharing your purposeful work. And it's all about being in that essence, in the essence of what you are at soul level. Okay, so that's number 2, right? Act from a place of giving true, authentic value every time when you get on a live stream, every time when you talk to your client, every time when you have that sales conversation with somebody. You're just holding that sacred space to help them to upgrade their next level. And sometimes it doesn't happen because you're not in that authenticity. You're not in your heart of what it means for them to actually hand you over that money, hand you over like whatever that they have to give up in order to get what they actually need, which they need help in your expertise, right? Third thing is you want to be completely humble and grateful for everything in your life. It's so important to be humble. Because again, everybody of course knows that. You know, everything that I'm telling you right now is like duh, but I mean, like, I have to remind my clients of these three major things, and once they get it, then they start to take off again. They start to up level their next level because they just forgot these three major things, right? So be completely humble, be grateful for everything you have in your life, and be willing to be that client, that student, that teacher, that trailblazer, right? Be revolutionary, be that amazing coach, be like good at what you do, right? Be able to take on and play any role, but still be very humble in the way that you're learning, in the way that you're creating. Like, it's just unlimited. As an entrepreneur, we literally have to wear like 10 million hats, right? Because when we allow ourselves to grow each time, that's when the bigger money comes in. That's when we realize something. And that realizations is normally when we manifest. When we have an awakening about something, our consciousness just awakens. That is actually when the money comes in. That's when something manifests that you've been wanting so badly. Like if you wanted a car, like it just suddenly like manifests. You know, like whatever you want just starts to manifest because you come from a very, very humble space. And you have to become, you know, and be willing to get uncomfortable with everything in your life. Like seriously, as an entrepreneur, everything in our life is so damn uncomfortable. And when you actually get comfortable with being uncomfortable, that is when you actually up level. That is when you make amazing stuff happen in your business, and that's when the success comes. So you have to play that role of being in that humble mindset, and know that your success as a rock star, you know, as a diva that you are, actually really came from not you, but came from all the help of your entire tribe, your mentors, your team, your family. You're never alone in what you do. It's like not possible. Even if you say you're a solopreneur, I can tell you probably had, you know, some support somehow, whether it was your friends, whether it was like just a good old friend that just gave you some good advice. You're never alone in what you're doing. So that's why you always have to be humble. You have to be totally open to share your message and be like really authentically like don't care also about, be unapologetic in what you do. You know, whoever throws crap at you, but also that sense of being so grateful for everything that you have. Because when we actually start losing things in our life, we tend to forget what we actually have. Because as we're losing whatever that is, like sometimes this is why things fail, is because we think like, like, you know, we lost that 100K, or we lost that, you know, my marriage, or we lost something. But actually there's always something amazing that's going to come up and show up in your life as soon as you're grateful for everything that you have. And if you just do these three things, you can never lose yourself. You can never lose yourself in the process as you get more fame and fortune and you're impacting millions, which to me is the same thing as being visible, as being of service, giving value, and making good money and doing your purposeful work. And that's really what it means, those three things, right? Having more fame, fortune, and impact millions. We're all about having it all, embodying it, and being exactly what you're authentically supposed to be. And that's doing our purposeful work. All right, so Marina, are you still on here? Was that cool? Like, did that make complete sense? You know, like in terms of, you know, as a trailblazer, we tend to think like, oh, like we have to like push all the trolls away and like do do all of this like crazy stuff. But honestly, if you can be really, really strong in your soul's identity, really strong in giving true authentic value, and be really strong at being humble and grateful for everything you have, that is the core of everything you should be doing in your life and your business. That's what it's about, right? Like, we are here to express, to make our life look like our purpose, right? And make everything line up to what we're truly meant to be here for. And we may not know what tomorrow will bring, but what we know is that what our soul is about 100% showing up and being authentic. That's really my message. You know, I really feel like I've gone that direction of an online path. And, you know, every time when I get back in alignment, I'm like, okay, I missed this piece, gotta like fix that and fix this until I can really, really, really get really soul aligned. And sometimes it's really simple stuff like this. All right. If you don't have any questions, then I will end here. I had to put my hair down, so you know, like, just be myself authentically. So yeah, if you guys really love, you know, this kind of stuff, I have my live stream show, and you can totally just jump on at any time. I'm doing it on my personal page. So, but if you love my content and you really want to know more about this stuff, totally, you know, reach out to me. I would love to connect with you, love to be friends with everyone. I'm all about networking and connecting with all of you. So I'm just so grateful that I have so much amazing people, you know, in my team and helping me to be who I am today, because I wouldn't be who I am today without them. All right, so well, you guys have an amazing day, and I hope that like we can connect once again and share that value. Really be 100% authentically yourself, trailblaze whatever you believe in, stand in your truth, and that's what it's all about. All right, well, you have an amazing day. Aloha.